We've been working over the past few years at Changing Lives to really think about how our homelessness services work. What we want is for homelessness to be only ever a brief transitional period in somebody's life. At Changing Lives, we think it's really important that people have their own front door. We believe that the quicker you can get people through supported accommodation services and into accommodation where you've got your own space, your own privacy, the quicker that people will recover, heal and be able to move on from homelessness for good. We're in Elliott House, which is a 52-bed supported accommodation service for men. It is a crisis response accommodation, so that's often for when people are coming directly off the streets. So Elliott House is going to go from being a 52-bed supported accommodation service to 36 self-contained flats. This approach is very much based on people's strengths rather than their problems. So moving towards a smaller service where we can really focus on what people's goals and aspirations are and to move out of homelessness for the long term. For Changing Lives, this is really exciting. This is an opportunity for us to demonstrate how the system can be different for people experiencing homelessness. This whole project has been done in partnership with Newcastle City Council and Homes England. As you might be able to see, it's a Grade 2 listed building, so the outside will look largely the same, and then inside what we've got to do is really carefully remodel so that the existing single rooms will become combined and be turned into flats. We've got planning permission, and then we will be starting the build in mid-February, and we hope that everything will be done by March 2021 and people will be able to start moving back in April 2021.
Elliott House is going through a change basically. It's under redevelopment at this moment in time, and we're redeveloping Elliott House into 36 self-contained flats where people have the option to live relatively independently. Support will be on site there to be able to support people. That's where support starts. It starts with giving somebody the opportunity to move out of homelessness as quickly and as effectively as possible. Once we've done that, we start to then address some of the real needs, and again we focus on a strength-based approach to that.
Elliott House has been renovated. There's obviously a lot of work being done at the moment. The rooms, they're going to be very spacious. Great space, for one person. A living area, bathroom, a dining area and a kitchen. One of the things we looked at was the ceilings and how the builders have managed to retain them. They're very intricate. It's good to see, that character being retained. We were able to see some samples of the different kinds of flooring available, the colours, to see how the flats are going to look. And what we really want is to try and create a warm and homely environment, because although, the people that we work with, it's not going to be a permanent home for them, it is temporary. We still want people to feel that it is their home, and we would like them to get a sort of sense of homeliness so that they can take that with them when they do move on from us.
Changing Lives, in its 50-year history, has always been absolutely focused on the people that it's trying to help. It changes the way we work with people. It really makes us focus on, how quickly can we get people to get their own front door, to get embedded in communities, to really feel a sense of belonging. So for Changing Lives, we feel like this puts us, very much at the forefront of homelessness services, but the forefront of any services that are trying to help people who are experiencing challenging times. What we're trying to do is to help people move on, recover, get out of difficult situations and into situations where you are in that space to be able to, lead that really sort of fulfilling and flourishing life.
We had a very clear brief from Changing Lives. So we took possession of the site just before the pandemic, and it's been extended, altered, adapted over the last 100 years, and it was a real rabbit warren. So the first task that we undertook was the demolition work, all of the soft strip, and really getting us back to a bare shell as much as we can. We then had to focus on some of the key restoration items. So we did a refurbishment of all of the existing timber windows, and we also had to do the repairs to all of the ornate ceilings. The facilities themselves are all self-contained apartments with kitchens, living facilities, ensuite toilets to the bedrooms. They are a mixture of existing construction in the existing Elliott House, and also we've created new build outbuildings. So we've now created 36 self-contained units.
Wow, look at that though.
and some of the rooms themselves are absolutely fantastic.
The building had changed dramatically. It was really interesting to see how quickly that building had changed, and it literally made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up that we were able to deliver really great services and a great accommodation facility.
What we've really seen, I think, over the last few years is that the quicker you can get people into independence and rebuilding their lives, then actually the quicker they do recover. What people need when they become homeless is somewhere safe to stay. Ultimately, as quickly as possible, people need to move into their own place, have their own front door, have their own space where they feel safe and secure, and somewhere where they can really think about what they want from the future and are able to rebuild.